Alrighty, welcome back to another episode of Undermountain, this epic dungeon delving adventure here on Javelin Entertainment. We'll be streaming this story every Thursday, starting at 6 p.m. Central. If you missed the last chapter, you can find it on the channel page or by clicking the playlist link down in the description. Last time, our adventurers ran into an unexpected stable hand while moving through the Ulbrinter Villa. Zella was able to put the stable hand to sleep, and Valkyrie was just barely able to get the spell scroll to work, carving a hole into the wall. The party was almost immediately discovered, so Ari decided to kiss Valkyrie to distract the guard, and allowed Zella to take on the disguise of another guard, and allowed them to sneak a little bit further into the villa and into the back courtyard, where Ari made it to the library, but Valkyrie was tripped up and noticed by the guards. While Zella tried to get Valkyrie out, Ari searched through the library and it was able to find the journal they were sent for. A guard followed Zella and Valkyrie, but Zella was able to put him into sleep as well, and Ari grabbed the journal and raced out. The guards quickly caught on and set a chase off into the streets. In the meantime, the original guard had discovered the hole in the wall and confronted Zannah and Elias, and leading them out to the entrance led them out into the entrance. The guard didn't really believe Elias' excuses for being there, and it caused him to call for some of the nearby city watch members when Elias refused to go any further. When the watch arrived, Elias claimed that the guard was crazy, and unable to determine the truth, the watch marched them all back towards the villa. The chase that Ari had begun and caused him to dash away towards the docks and led him directly into the group of individuals led by the watch returning back towards the villa. Luckily, Ari was able to dash off towards the dockyard, followed by Zella and Valkyrie, but Valkyrie was grabbed and grappled by a group of the guards as the others raced off. On their way back towards the villa, Elias and Zannah began to help some of the city guard in opinion to try and stay neutral. While Zella and Ari dashed into the city, Valkyrie was able to break free and also flee into the streets. All three of them were eventually able to lose their pursuers and met up with Zannah and Elias after they had been interrogated and released. The party returned to Davil and delivered the journal before selling off their excess items and resting in the tavern, preparing to head down into Undermountain. And so that is where we return to find our adventures. Here in the Yawning Portal, you all have had an evening's rest and have woken up the next morning in the rooms provided by Davil outside of Valkyrie, who was in her own room. And what would you all like to do? Still a little groggy from sleeping, I guess.
Did you want to start getting your armor sized with coins while we take our first trip down?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Because we now have enough coins, I think, in party funds to go get that size to you while we take our first trip.
Yeah, yeah, we're sitting on like 1,800 gold and change. So.
Yep.
Oh, I forgot to do addition. One moment.
Just if we were to start that while we head down this time, should be ready, and we should be able to replace it with whatever loot we can find this run. But there's no point in holding on to coins right now. It's not like the bank is really particularly useful here.
Yep.
We ought to invest it in making us better the next time we drop in.
Alright, so how are you guys going about this?
I mean, didn't we have the
Davil,
contact of an armorer?
Davil said he had a guy that could do it for 500 gold.
Okay. Would you have wanted to ask him when you were handing off all your items to him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we can say that while you were kind of getting all of these items and passing them off to be fenced, that you were also able to give him over the heavy plate armor and try and have it fixed, as well as 500 gold dragons. So go ahead and mark that off of your party loot.
Platinum or 10 gold, right? Or
Yes.
100 gold. 10?
10.
10. Yeah, math.
So that's 50 platinums.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright, so now we are down to 135 platinum.
It's alright.
All right, and then what does that leave your AC at? Is that 12? Is that right? 10?
I mean, it would be 19 with my chainmail.
Wait, what chainmail? I thought you swapped your armor that you had back at the mansion.
I thought the whole thing was the plate armor was so ridiculously big I was able to just throw it on top.
No, you were not able to do
Which
that.
got me very, very slow.
Yes, the plate armor is oversized, which was made you slow. You were not able to keep your armor. So currently you are unarmored. You do
Okay,
still have your
hang on.
shield.
Yeah. Do they do rentals?
Does who do rentals?
Any armorer?
I mean, you could ask, but you'd have to risk leaving the tavern.
I mean, going into Undermountain naked did not go well last time. But yes, my AC would be 13 without armor if we count shield as armor.
Gotcha. Okay.
You can wear my burn hide.
What?
That is true. Zannah did pick up some armor that she brought along with her. Yeah, it's
What is it?
It's hide armor that has like a smoldering aesthetic to it.
Oh, did we not sell that?
I don't think so. I think Zannah still held on to it.
No.
Guys, how do y'all feel about dumping 75 gold to have the chainmail now, and then me not being dead, allowing us to still turn that for a profit?
I think you ought just wear the hide, to be honest.
Okay. Well, that'll put me at 15, so that's not awful.
I mean, one of us burns concentration and keeps shield up on you, that shield of light.
Yeah.
For 2 AC, and it's moderately annoying, but I have a lot of spell slots.
That's fair. Okay then. I guess I'll just wear the hide armor then.
All right. And as Zannah kind of hands over this temporary use, it is kind of a crude armor that consists of thick furs and pelts, and it does kind of, you do see as these wisps of harmless, odorless smoke kind of rise up from the armor, giving it its smoldering appearance. But yes, as you kind of suit up with this armor and look around, is there any other preparations you all would like to take?
We already wrote the letters, so the letters are en route explaining where we're going.
Correct.
Then let's do it.
Alright, you guys do know that to get lowered down into the pit, you have to talk to Durnan, and it does cost 1 gold piece a person.
How will we ever afford it?
And it's single trip, so that's a gold down and a gold back. Just keep that in mind if it should ever become relevant.
I'm so broke, I can't do it.
How does Durnan do credit?
He doesn't.
And while we're gone, they're also fencing that gold and silverware and all the like non-magic shit for us.
They're attempting to. It's not guaranteed.
Cool.
It'll be roll-based, but yes.
Awesome. That should cover us going down and up for a while.
That or the 1,200 gold pieces we have.
That'll also work. Yeah, let's go.
Alright, so you all kind of go up to Durnan and get his attention. Are you all finally ready to head into the pit then?
Ready enough.
Alright,
Where's my goat?
5 of you then, that'll be 5 dragons.
Sure.
Take it out of the communist bin.
Yep.
Alright. You all place down the gold pieces onto the table, and Durnan kind of gives the signal as they prepare the winch and get everything set up. While you all are preparing, a woman does come over to you, Valkyrie. She's dressed in a very elegant dress, looks very noble or regal, and she kind of gives you a signal trying to get your attention.
She will cautiously walk over.
Hi, I don't mean to intrude. My name is Esvel, and my brother has... Well, I'm worried that he's gotten into some unfortunate affairs that may cause a stain on my family's name. I think he's traveling to a city down in Undermountain known as
You don't say.
Skullport. If you could, if you could facilitate his safe return or deliver proof of his whereabouts to me, I would certainly owe you a favor.
I'll see what I can do.
I appreciate
And
that.
his name?
His name is Crescendo, and he wears a platinum signet ring bearing our family's crest. It's a diving white falcon on a field of blue. It should also have the family motto inscribed on it of "Fly high and stoop swift."
I'll be on the lookout.
I appreciate it. Thank you. She gives you kind of a curt nod before heading back to a nearby table, and you see that she actually goes and sits down next to another person that you recognize, Valkyrie,
My buddy?
of Meloon War Dragon. And you see as she kind of begins to talk with him a little bit.
Gotcha. A buddy of my buddy is also kind of my buddy, so that works. Can you also type those names, please?
Yes.
They're interesting.
Esvel and Crescendo.
Yeah, I was like, Kristoff, and that would have been embarrassing.
And the rest of you do prepare, and one by one move up towards the winch and are slowly begin to be lowered down. Who would like to go first? Any-
I think it's brother Elias's turn since he's wearing armor.
Yeah, I'll go.
All right. So Elias, you step into the winch first and strap on, and you are slowly lowered down. And it takes roughly about a minute, but you finally reach the bottom. And looking around, you land on some soft ground covered in sand. You can see with your improved dark vision that there are some shields around a large chamber, about 40 feet across, that seems to go out in a single direction, but it seems to be safe for the moment. And you kind of tug on the line and they lower down the rest. Ari, followed by Zella, then Zannah, and finally Valkyrie. As each one of you are lowered down, most of you can see, despite the total darkness that is down here. But Ari, it's a very familiar
I can draw
feeling.
my sword.
It is a very familiar feeling as you are plunged into darkness. But yes, indeed, as you decide that you can see this time, you pull your sword out, and the Moon Touch blade does alight the area around you. And you all find yourselves within the first level of Undermountain. Again, as all of you look around here, you see that you are in a fairly large chamber, about 40 feet across, and ringed by shields that are old and rusted, hanging on the walls, a thin layer of sand all across your feet. And Ari, let me give you that aura. Do you remember the distance on that?
I believe it's 30 feet, but I can double check. Bright light for 15 and dim light for 15. I don't know if you code those differently.
Alright, and this map is scaled, so you guys will probably have to use Alt to position yourselves a little bit. Just kind of keep that in mind. The map should be adjusted, so your measurement tool should work, but it's a little bit different than normal, so we'll see how this one goes. The maps are kind of scaled a little bit differently, and they're large, so to keep things at a manageable rate for everyone's computers, I've tried to half all of the dimensions.
Okay. Now, so it should be a 30-foot radius, not diameter.
Is it not coming through properly? Hold on, let me look.
Oh, well, it depends. So is the measuring tool gonna know that it's scaled?
Yes, your measuring tool should be correct.
Okay, so then yeah, it should be, I think it's 20 feet right now. It could be.
Oh, does that actually... Okay, did that fix it?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's good. Excellent.
Alright, but yes, as you kind of find yourselves in this chamber, you do see as there is one large exit to the southwest.
Let's go find those mosquitoes.
Exciting.
I have some vengeance to take out.
Then let's go.
After you, brother Elias.
I think Joe said he'd be back real fast. He was taking
Yeah.
a second.
Oh, okay.
Should we check
It'll
the
be
exit
15
way
minutes from-
for any traps? Are we expecting a lot of traps?
You certainly can if you'd like to make me an investigation. Zannah, what was that?
Seems like you might as well.
It'll be just a few more minutes for me. There was an accident on the highway.
Okay, no worries.
There we go.
Alright, Zella, as you kind of move up towards the doorway and take a look, it seems to be a solid stone passage, about 10 feet wide and maybe about 10 feet tall, that kind of arches up across the top, but all smooth stone. You don't see anything that jumps out to you, no tripwires or tiles out of place. It seems fairly elegantly crafted.
Seems reasonable. Oh, by the way, while we're down here, We need to look for somebody. His sister spoke to me up there, and he seemed to be heading towards Skullport. So,
What's... Did she say why?
well, apparently he's being a little sketchy. So we were asked to retrieve him.
Oh. We're delivery boys now.
Well, to what seems to be a very well-off family. Besides, I'm sure Skullport might have some very interesting things if we head that way. Wherever it may be.
This might.
Okay, door opener. I know there's no door, but...
Okay, could I take control over, Brother Elias's token to,
Joe's
have
back.
him be the door opener? Oh, Joe's back?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, sweet.
I'm here. Yep.
Yeah, you get to be in front all day, because I only have 1 more HP than you, and you have, like, 9 AC on me or some bullshit. I want
Reasonable.
a 1200. I want a 1200 gold backstory, or 1500 gold backstory. That's 1200. Yeah, plate armor. Load of barnacles.
Load of barnacle.
No class starts with plate armor.
Alrighty, so as Elias, as you kind of part out of the main area, the light of Ari's blade kind of casting shadows down this passage, it seems to be relatively empty. It comes to kind of a curve, and you look around, and you just hear some quiet drips of some moisture, but other than that, it seems fairly empty.
Now would also probably be a good time to say this, but I'm also here searching for something that I'm in need of a banner. So should anybody find a fine red banner, I will I'd be quite grateful.
What are you gonna do with a red flag, Brother Elias?
Joe.
Sorry.
It has.
I feel like Elias sounds enough like a last name that it's just like, oh, it's Joe Elias. Which
It
is
has
bad, but
some-
that's what happened in my pathetically tired brain.
Oh, understandable. It's got some old runes on it that I am quite interested in. That what do you all know about the giants?
What do we know about the giants?
Whatever you're about to tell us, I assume.
They were masters of long-lasting magic. Their casters weren't any more powerful, but they could imbue magic to affect things and affect them forever in these carved shapes and styles. And this banner looks like the key to me able to decipher what some other relics back home are. So, have you heard the story of the Rosetta Stone?
IRL, yes. Does that exist in Forgotten Realms?
Can roll me a history check.
I think Valkyrie should roll. Sounds like something educational.
Valkyrie, you've heard stories of a stone that was discovered that had various different languages on it, and it's one of the things that you've been interested in hearing more about, but up until now you haven't heard anyone else mention it, and you've just heard it through legends and written tales of a few scholars.
Ah, so it exists.
It does, and this banner should do something similar for me.
Intriguing
It's-
indeed.
It's what's drawing me down here to begin with. So,
Well, I'd love to
I'm-
look at it with you.
of course. But that's to be fair, the
Oh,
real
God.
reason why I'm down here. So any other loot on top of that is just a cherry on top. But I need that banner for my work if I can find it down here somewhere.
Need a banner and a person. Got it.
Cool. So follow me, lads.
Lead the way.
I like that we're gender neutral lads with our majority female party.
It's it's fine. And Austin, could you move Jess for us?
Yep, I am.
Cool.
And Elias, as you come around the corner of this passage, it begins to open up into a wide chamber. There are about every 10-foot about every 10-foot section of wall has a 9-foot high, 4-foot wide, and 3-inch deep door-shaped recess that contains a carving of some sort of creature. And there appear to be about, 16 of them, I think? 12 of them, sorry. And there are
Interesting.
six to each side.
Mm.
Are they clearly recognizable creatures?
If you went up, you could try and identify them. They're kind of abstract carvings, so they're from a distance they're not clearly identifiable, but upon closer inspection you might be able to determine what they are. You also, with your extended dark vision, can glimpse a large, well, not really large, but a shape that appears to be in the middle of the floor. Looks like a body of some kind. And the chamber seems to continue down to some stairs where it descends lower.
Interesting. I'll let everybody know what I see, of course. But let's wait for everybody to catch up. That a body suggests that there's a potential trap or something. That I can offer my guidance if we want to try and figure out what it is. If somebody
I'm fine to look.
Yep. So yeah, take a D4 and let's investigate and let's try not to trigger the traps blindly this time.
Right, and get a little more view so I could supposedly see it.
And I think I am also proficient in investigate, so I will help you if that's allowed.
It is.
Nice.
yeah. Roll with advantage with the D4.
Advantage. Investigation. 1d4. 21, Maestro.
All right. So Valkyrie, go ahead and move your token on the general path, and I'll give you a description on what you see. As you
So,
move that way.
like, there, you mean?
Yeah.
Or keep moving.
So yeah, Valkyrie, as you move into this passage, you can see that these reliefs, they are very easily identifiable for you, as you can clearly see things that you're quite familiar with.
Oh, dear.
As these appear to be different carvings of demons. And you can immediately see that all 12 of these seem to be different demons of some kind or another. And the one directly to your north, this first one that you can see, does appear to be what is commonly known as a Balor or Balor, a large, powerful demon. And then to the south, you see a Merilith, a many-armed snake-like demon.
Nice.
But As far as traps go, things that could be cautious or would cause you to have caution, you don't see any so far.
So far, so good. So, if she steps forward, would she need to look again, or? And then is this the mysterious body that's like
So
kind of there?
yeah, investigation is all is mostly taking a close look at things. So just as you
Right.
move, I'll give you description, and you can assume that what I'm going to describe is going to be within 5 feet of you, or 5 to 10 feet on this map.
How about that?
So yeah, as you step forward, still no traps come into your line of sight, but you do see is 2 more reliefs. The one to the north appears to be that of a Balgura, a large, bulbous, muscly, ape-like demon, while the one to the south appears to be that of a Nefeshni, a odd, tusked and winged demon.
I think as she's walking, she'll kind of be like, "Oh, I know these," and she'll just kind of start pointing at them and like kind of describing them to everyone else, should they not know. And then another step forward.
All right. Continuing on, you see that again, no immediate traps identifiable. And these seem to depict that of a chasmi, which is a kind of bulbous ooze-like weaker demon, and then to the south, that of a quasit, a very small demon that has almost lizard-like traits to it, but with a wide horned head.
Cute.
And taking another step further, the body
To the
begins to catch your attention for a moment. And actually, before that, on the what was that? On the chasmi, you notice that the eyes of the demon seemed a bit odd, and as you kind of peered at them, they seemed to be hollowed out or poked through.
Oh. That was this one, right?
That was this one.
This one? Okay, well, she will indicate that that might need some further investigation because the eyes aren't there.
Yes, but continuing on, you do see that these next demons are that of a Dretch and a Shadow Demon, and the body seems to be that a skeleton of a humanoid creature, that you can see that the skull is very odd and almost it forms a beak, and so this seems to be some sort of avian humanoid. Its arm also kind of extends out, pointing at one of the carved reliefs.
Ooh, which one?
It points towards this one on the south, which is a Vrak, a bird or vulture-like demon.
Interesting. Birdman looks at bird demon. Makes sense.
Okay.
Interesting. And I guess, is there anything left on this poor Birdman?
As you look at it, it is pretty much just a skeleton. There's not really any large amount that is kind of left.
What a shame. And she'll kind of step forward a little more to catch the last few.
Alright, and as you step forward towards the last two, you first catch sight of a staircase that descends down to another chamber filled with more, with large stone pillars that stretch up towards the ceiling. And these last two demons are carvings of... actually, I think I missed a few of them. You see on the north, the last three are a Glabrizu, a Garistru, and a Hezru. and on the south it was a shadow demon of rock and a Yoklol, which are all bestial, strange creatures to Ari and even Elias, who has heard of some of these, but some of them you've never seen or heard of before. But to you, Valkyrie, they are all well known.
I'm assuming she's seen a number of these, or are they more story-based?
Yes, you are familiar with them. You've seen probably maybe a quarter to a half of them, but you've heard of all of them, and probably from a distance seen most of them.
Sounds good. And she will stress one more time that this one doesn't have its eyes, and it might be worth looking into. And that bird guy is looking at this one. Just in case. Like, maybe from my other investigative buddy?
Yeah, so, Elias, you can, and Zella, you can kind of hear as Valkyrie calls out and points towards these two directions as she's still kind of inspecting through the various depictions and
I'll take a look at one of the
reliefs.
statues without eyes.
Alright, go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, so as you focus in on this is a strange blob or ooze-like demon that has the remnants of a humanoid figure, some hands and some basic facial features, a mouth and eyes. But where the eyes are, there are just black voids where it looks like the wall has actually been bored or drilled through. And Zella, you can actually kind of see that these eyes appear to be a way to see from the other side.
Oh, that's creepy.
That is very creepy.
Elias, you kind of focus on the other area that Valkyrie has pointed to, and you can see that this skeleton, which you can clearly identify as a Kenku skeleton, appears to be unnaturally arranged. You wouldn't fall in a way like this, and yet it seems to be very obviously pointing towards this depiction of this rock, this carving. And you've heard of rocks, you've read of them. They're bird or vulture-like demons that usually travel in packs and have a very distant resemblance to a Kenku. And as you look and observe around this, you can actually see where there appear to be very thin, almost imperceptible lines around what appears to be some sort of doorway on the hidden in this relief, this carving. You guys can talk. You don't have to type out everything.
Well, you were talking, so Sam typed, so then I typed to be polite.
You're totally fine. I'm mostly being facetious.
My tongue is on
Also-
fire right now.
How to not be facetious. Can you remind people that you gave us inspiration last Thursday? Because I'm not crazy. Thank you.
Yes, that is correct. Everyone should have 1 point of inspiration.
Also, there's a fucking door? Ooh.
Yes. As
Well, let's try to find rocks, and then we'll find door.
all right.
Don't be the freak looking at us.
Yeah, as you, Valkyrie, as you and Zella kind of look across, you do find a few kind of pebbles or stones, and after looking and kind of prying loose a few things, you kind of try and wedge them into the holes as best you can. It doesn't completely close them up, but it kind of blocks it as a decent amount.
Makes you feel a little better.
Yeah.
I do feel better. Is it Mm. Say it in character, Brie. This is D&D. So, if the eyes were poked out, and this poor bird thing is laying unnaturally, is it possible that it was killed or spotted by something or someone? And should we be cautious?
Well, sure, it's possible.
Does it seem probable?
Yeah, that it's obviously arranged to mean something. That he
Does
did
it
not
have
die in that shape.
psychological significance?
One second, I'm sorry.
And one other thing that I did forget to mention based on that perception check. Oh, no worries. Then I'll go ahead and hold that for now. Meanwhile, Ari, are you doing anything during this time?
Just kind of looking. I mean, Ari wasn't particularly a history buff.
Yeah, as you look at these reliefs, you don't really recognize any of these creatures. Valkyrie kind of mentions that they're demons, which you're familiar with that term, and they're in a lot of rumors and legends, but what they are specifically, you have no idea.
Smiteable, as I understand it. Oh wait, hang on. That gives me an idea. Yeah. Oh, just kidding. That wouldn't work with demons.
All right. Well,
I was thinking about using Divine Sense, but that does not work with demons.
Doesn't it work with
sadly.
fiends?
Yes, it works. Oh, are demons fiends?
Yes, demons and devils
okay.
are fiends.
Demons and devils. That's it. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. The terminology got me back up. So yeah, I'll go ahead and use a Divine Sense, which then I got sidetracked because the level up gives me another Divine Sense because it's based on your Charisma mod. So I got sidetracked with that. But yes, so yeah, I'll use Divine Sense. That seems like a good thing to do with demons.
All right, go ahead and give me a perception
statues.
check.
Okay. Does that affect Divine Sense?
And then go ahead and paste me that Divine Sense.
Oh, clicking on it doesn't, maybe... There it is.
Alright. So, kind of looking at this and observing, kind of taking a moment to reach out and sense. You don't sense any demonic or undead creatures, certainly not within 60 feet of you, but you also do notice that most of the areas that aren't blocked by total cover, you can see. Elias has kind of pointed out that there is one door that seems to be hidden in one of these carvings. But outside of that, the passage seems to be straightforward and simple. And the one area that has the two eye holes kind of positioned in the wall. But your senses don't detect any sort of undead or fiendish presence. This place also doesn't seem to be desecrated or consecrated. If you hadn't guessed that already.
Nope.
Feel desecrated could be more likely, but no. Alright, so as you all kind of stand here examining these reliefs, these carvings, is there anything in particular that you all would like to do, or are you headed down any particular direction?
I believe we're gonna check out the door once our Elias is done. / ready.
Yeah, so Elias was able to identify that the door was there. And I'd say based on that, it doesn't look like there is really any locking mechanism. It just has to be kind of pressed on to open.
Well, I believe he's our door opener for the day, right? So.
Well, he might be out for a little bit. Seems like he's having some stomach pain. But if you guys would like to, he can open the door for you.
Yep, he has a job to do.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm not doing it. I'm standing a little bit away, just in case.
Stepping forward, he kind of places his hands around the recessed carving and begins to press. And indeed, it does seem to sort of shift and open up a doorway within the wall.
Ooh.
Nifty.
Do you see as it opens up into what looks initially like a continuation of the hall that you're in, but Ari, as you kind of look down it and shining your light down it, it quickly turns from carved smooth stone to rough-hewn stone.
Let's Indiana Jones this shit, guys.
Yep. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, man, that is a small passage.
It is, as this tight, about 5-foot passage begins to arc its way down lower, and you see as Ari, as you're leading the way, it begins to slant as you move further into the room.
Can we just move forward?
Yeah. If that's what you're doing.
Yep.
Wow.
Do I see anything exciting, or are we just following the secret tunnel?
You continue to follow the tunnel without seeing too much. And eventually, though, Ari, you kind of see the glisten as the light of your blade does seem to catch what starts off as damp ground, and eventually you can see as water has kind of risen into this this tunnel, and you can see it start to rise, at first being very shallow, but slowly start to get up a few inches to a couple of feet.
Interesting.
And as you begin to move up towards the edge of this water, you see as the cavern, this tunnel, begins to expand into some sort of chamber, where you see the stagnant water a couple feet high in this chamber.
I would like to pull out my magical stone and talk to the sea critters.
Okay, what's the radius on that? Would you remind me?
I want to say 120 feet, but let me double check.
Yes, please do.
Yes, it is 120 feet.
All right. Are you saying anything in particular?
Just saying hi.
Alright, so you kind of call out just hi, hello, seeing if there's any communication back, and there doesn't seem to be any response.
Well, the good news is I think that decreases the chances of sea monsters. Not to 0, but decreases the chances. Let me. Okay, cool. So we don't have to share a common language. That's what I was double checking. Which would, yeah, it would be kind of a stupid thing if you needed a common language. Do y'all wanna take a look at out here?
It's water?
It is, but I think I can see the back, so it's not very big.
How deep would you say?
Can I see how deep, other than, like, you said it goes to a
It
few
looks-
feet here, but do we know, like, farther out?
It looks to be about a foot at kind of the doorway, and it gets a little bit deeper. Definitely no higher than your waist, Ari.
Oh, okay, sweet. I don't think it's too deep. Let's go have a look.
Why not? You know, except stepping in with sandals, but whatever.
What's this?
Alright, as you kind of step in, you can see that the floor of this room is kind of slanted or tilted to be lower, and the water itself is a bit foul, almost appearing to smell of sewage. But as you enter, you do see that there is a large statue in a wide alcove of the north wall that appears to be some sort of fish or sea creature like monster, humanoid in a way. It is submerged up to its chest and emits a very dim purple radiance. The head of it is almost completely turned around, and one of its arms actually seems to be broken off and is nowhere to be seen.
Hey, what do you make of this, brother Elias?
Let's take a look and see what I make of it. Can I observe it well enough to make of it right here?
I think you have to walk around the corner.
You probably need to actually see
Yes,
the
by
see
there, if you want to go ahead and give me a perception check and try and identify this.
Yeah, let's see what I see.
Alright, taking a look at the creature, or the statue of this creature, you can see that the head, the way that it's kind of swiveled around, it seems to indicate that it has maybe some way of being removed. It seems like it is kind of, the neck is kind of extended, and it looks like something or someone was in the process of trying to remove it.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Is it a symbol that is recognizable? Is it a well enough known statue? Or is it just some monster?
You don't recognize it. You know what? Go ahead and roll me a history check. Yeah, you don't immediately recognize this entity as any like religious symbol or any monster that you're familiar with.
Would I have heard legends of a sea monster,
Actually, yeah,
god or devil?
Ari, you can go ahead and roll me a history check at advantage for this one.
Ooh.
That'll make up for my flat 0 mod.
You can do it. Oh. I thought you could do it.
Yeah,
It could have been worse.
Ari, it certainly looks familiar, and you can kind of see aspects, and you're like, I know I've heard of this in a sea shanty or a story or something, but you just can't quite put your finger on it.
Is there any way Valkyrie could try and see if she could help jog his memory by doing it herself and describing things?
No, I don't think so. Considering that you're not familiar with this world, quite familiar with other ones.
I'm just trying to help. That's all. Since I see things and things.
Is there anything written that would name it?
You don't.
You know, sometimes the statues have like, you know, I, King Ashurbanipal the Great, made this statue to the god Marduk kind of thing.
Mart.
You don't see anything written on it.
Mixing up civilizations,
Ari,
but
actually, go ahead and roll me an investigation check for this.
oh boy.
Here, take a D4 real quick before you do that. Let's...
We're just getting all the intelligence rolls.
And you can roll a d4 on that.
I did. No, I can see it.
Oh,
Was it
there we go.
3?
It just came through for me. Yeah, so Ari, as you kind of take a look over this statue, you don't see any inscriptions or languages. As Elias had kind of pointed out before, you do see that the head has the ability to be removed, and it actually looks like it was halfway unscrewed, and is why it's kind of turned around backwards. The head itself appears to be a hollow with a hole for its eyes and mouth. And
So the only question now is, should we screw it back on or all the way off? Because we can't leave it this way.
And as you're thinking about that, Ari, I do need to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Bless.
Alright. So, Ari, there's this sudden pain in your head as you get what you might describe as an extremely bad migraine. And you're going to take 6 points of psychic damage. As you
the
see...
17 didn't make the save.
It did. That's half.
Oh, okay. Well, nice then.
Yes, it was going to be 13, but you only take 6 as you see a shape start to move around the base of the statue, and I'm going to need everybody else to roll me some initiative.
Sammy, you're at advantage.
I still get to roll initiative, right?
Yes.
Okay. You just said the way you said everybody else, I was like, oh.
Sorry, it's already an initiative.
Yeah. Everybody else but the thing that tried to...
Yes.
Whatever it tried to do.
Everyone who has not already rolled initiative. Okay.
I knew I dumped wisdom instead of intelligence for a reason.
Alright. And Zannah, you're the first one to actually see, as it seems like the base of this statue underneath the water begins to shift and move. What would you like to do? Can you hear us, Jess?
Sorry, I was muted.
You're
I
all good.
was in the other room. My bad. I'm going to share with everybody what I just saw, just in case they didn't see it, and probably turn into a dire wolf because I was stupid and didn't level up.
That's alright. You can level up in the meantime during the session while we're going through things, but right now I will give you that dire wolf as you shift and change from your shape into, let's reduce that down a little bit. Might be a little bit big for what we're doing. And then give you control over that. Alrighty. So as you shift into direwolf form and pop out, you suddenly find yourself about half submerged in this water.
Okay.
Good thing wolves can swim.
Yeah. Am I able to swim/move slightly in front of Valkyrie as sort of a shield, but still allowing her to take whatever shots she needs?
Yes, absolutely. You can go ahead and move yourself. Just remember that squares are 10 feet instead of 5 feet.
Oh, that is a big ass wolf then.
It is. It is a very large wolf.
The 20-foot long dire wolf.
Oop, I don't
That
want to grab
starts
the
to be like a
wolf.
dragon at some point, right?
It should only be 1 square big, but sometimes getting the size right is difficult. It's also got a tail.
Alright, I can't grab my token.
Oh.
That's
I miss
why.
Chunky Zannah.
To back. There we go.
There we go.
Alright, so as you move over and shift in position, let's see, there is going to be, and we're going to roll. Ari, as you're next to the statue, you kind of feel this thump against your leg, and you can feel a pressure hit you, but the armor and your own just kind of physical resistance seems to hold up to whatever this attack may have been. And still kind of looking around, you can't quite see what's hitting you. And Zella, that'll bring us to you.
Do we notice Ari get hit by something?
You noticed Ari kind of grab his head in pain, and Zannah kind of yelled that she saw movement before turning into a wolf, but you haven't seen anything. You kind of just got down here and turned the corner to hear some sort of commotion, and you kind of look and search, but the water seems clear.
Can I hold my crossbow bolts then for seeing something attack us?
Yes, you may.
I will do that.
Alright, and that'll bring us to Elias.
Let's shillelagh first of all. And let's move forward. And is there something obviously to hit now that I'm really close to it?
You can use your action to try and make a perception check, but currently you don't see anything obvious. No, just the statue.
I desire to whack.
Then yeah, all to hold for whacking if the situation arises that anything can be whacked.
Alright. As you kind of hold there looking and searching through the water, you cause this staff to turn into this ethereal flail. And that will bring us to Ari.
Okay, I have been attacked twice. Does that give me any advantage in knowing how to whack?
It felt like something underneath the water had hit you, but as you look down, the water is a little bit murky and difficult to see through, and you currently can't identify anything outside of this statue.
Can I finish taking the head off the statue?
Sure, if you'd like.
Yeah, that seems like a thing to do. I don't know why, but I have a good feeling about it.
Alright.
Look down a feeling.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check. Yeah, no problem. You kind of hop up onto this statue as you climb forward and begin to continue to unscrew. And as you kind of finish popping this head off, it's fairly large. It's maybe about 2 foot in diameter. You're kind of holding it while still holding your blade aloft for light as it comes free. You do see that there is some sort of compartment. It's charred and has melted wax inside of it.
Melted wax. Interesting.
Do you say that out loud?
Sure.
Okay.
Melted wax.
Alright. And that'll bring us to Valkyrie.
Methinks Valkyrie will hold an Eldritch Blast for the next Invisibitch of your campaign.
Every day that I don't have blind fighting as my fighting style, I die a little bit inside and need to message David reminding him he was right.
To be fair, this isn't even mine now.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Well, I've had fun times with Austin's Invisibitches.
Alright.
And I might be cursed, who knows?
Valkyrie holding your action to blast anything that you see. That brings us back to Zannah. You've been waiting as kind of shielding Valkyrie, scanning with your wolf eyes. You currently don't see anything. What are you going to do?
Can I hold a bite? Is that a thing?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Cool.
Just like snarl at it
Everything's gonna
until you bite it.
happen literally all at once. It's gonna be great.
My favorite kind.
Alright. And... yeah, Ari, you feel another kind of surge, a little thump from the water on the back of your leg. No real damage, but you can feel the pressure, and you kind of turn back around holding the head in your hands, but you still don't see anything but the water around you. Zella.
Was that a sufficient trigger for the held whack from the person right next to him?
If you'd like to make it at disadvantage, but you didn't see anything, so it wouldn't be an obvious trigger. You kind of saw a movement in the water, and kind of saw Ari turn around, but you don't see any creature.
So he wasn't attacked, like nothing obviously like attacked him?
No, he doesn't seem to be in pain, just more surprise.
Okay, then I wouldn't know that was an attack then, so no.
And Zella, it gets back to you, and you still haven't seen any creature, nothing to trigger your held action. Is there anything else you'd like to do, or are you just still waiting?
Is there a ledge here or anywhere to be out of the water, or is that not really feasible?
There is off to the right, but you would severely be hampering your vision to see in. You'd have to, like, go back up the tunnel.
Got it, that's it. Then no, I'll do the same as last time, I think, and hold my action.
Alright. Elias.
Do we know what's this way?
Not yet.
No.
Then let's move that way.
Alright.
Is that just a wall or is there pipes or something?
As you kind of begin to move away, you feel another surge against you this time, Elias, as you move in that direction. This one, you feel it kind of crunch in, and you're going to take 1 point of bludgeoning damage, but you hear this kind of sizzling, as you're also going to take 3 points of acid damage, and your armor is going to take a -1 penalty to AC. And Elias, as you make it away, like walking through the waves, you turn around, and it seems that both directions are a dead end in this chamber.
Is it possible to attack whatever attacked me?
You can certainly try. Again, it'll be at disadvantage because you still can't see anything.
I mean, but it was in contact with me, like it's
correct.
right there.
Yeah. But you're still
So, yeah.
swinging out blindly into the waves, so you can make an attack, it's just at disadvantage. Alright, that requires you to see. You do not
But
see the
it's
enemy.
everything around me. It's a 5 foot like explosion around me.
It's each creature of your choice that you can see. It's a targeted spell, it's not just an explosion. If you look at the wording between like that and like Thunderwave, it's a little bit different. Is there anything else you would like to try to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna figure out something then. Oh, that was not what I meant to hit. Sorry.
No problem. In the meantime, Zannah, you may want to at least roll your hit dice in case that becomes relevant.
It may be relevant.
I'm not gonna say it will or won't, but you know.
Perhaps.
No, there's nothing else. I'll hold an action for something getting within 5 feet of us so we can hit it.
Okay.
Yeah, if anything passes within 5 feet of me, that will be my trigger to release it then.
All right. And Ari, and remember, Zannah, we reroll ones, so as long as you don't get another one, you should be fine. Hey,
That's
+2.
Not a 1.
+2.
Plus your con. Ari,
Of course.
what are we doing?
Well, yeah, so, I would like to, submerge my sword, and see if the light underwater is able to, illuminate anything, because you know how, like from above, light doesn't really do a good job, but if you put the light in the water, you're way more likely to be able to see, even if the visibility's poor.
So you certainly can try. You can use your action to try and make a perception check by doing this if you would like.
Yeah, ideally if something is visible, then everyone's perennially held actions will let them see it.
Okay. Alright, yeah, as you kind of shove this light into the water, you all can see as it seems to refract and move around some shape within. And it's murky and difficult to see, and you only kind of glance it for a moment. But you can see that there does appear to be some sort of ooze-like creature within the water.
Ew.
And Valkyrie and Elias, since it is within 5 feet of you, Elias, can go ahead and make your attacks. And
At
Zella,
regular?
yes, at regular. And Zella, were you
Cool.
also holding an attack?
Yes.
Alright, you can make yours as well.
Garbage, but
Can I
that's
bite?
okay.
All of those will hit so far.
Really?
Yes, this is
Intriguing.
not very fast moving.
Does
can I do
the
my
crossbow
bite, too?
expert still work with held actions, or does that have to be when it's
No, because that requires your bonus action.
Got it?
One damage with Eldritch Blast.
Nice.
The
Garbage.
25 will definitely hit.
And damage.
Alright.
That's
10,
fine.
15. Alright. As Elias
go.
just swings out, Valkyrie tosses out a very weak blast. And Zella just fires this bolt. You do see as they all seem to collide on this entity within the waves. And you can see as it pops up, now out of the water, you see this just rolling bulbous creature that looks very similar to the stone itself, and is very easily camouflaged with the white waves. But now it has emerged and kind of pops out. And that is going to bring us to Valkyrie's turn.
Ooh. I don't know. I don't think it's worth any of my good spells. So I might just try to. Actually, let me see. What was the roll on that one again? Sure. Since apparently it likes to do psychic damage, I want to try Mind Sliver on it.
Okay.
I know other people like to do saves, so therefore that should help if it works.
Intelligence save. Okay.
Yeah, how smart is that thing?
Apparently smart enough as you try to kind of
Garbage.
wrap around this psychic attack. It seems to completely resist whatever you were trying to do.
Well, nothing happens, so that's cool. Thank God for cantrips.
All
The
right.
end.
And that brings us to Zannah. Zannah, you can still see this creature, this entity just bubbling through the water next to Ari, Elias, and yourself.
So the bite that I was holding, was I not able to do that?
Yes, you could have done that. Sorry, I forgot that you were also holding attack. Please go ahead and roll that.
Okay. Sorry. Figured.
That'll definitely hit. I'll have to remember to get you a direwolf sheet once we're done, because it seems to be the go-to form.
Yeah.
And Zannah, as you just clamp out with this bite into this creature, you just feel as it squishes.
You're back.
Now you are.
You DC'd briefly.
Oh, let me make sure everything is all kosher. Okay, it looks like we're back. Sorry about that.
Oh, we lost. Who'd we lose now? We lost Jess. Jess is back now.
That was weird.
Apparently, internet's just not having it right now.
Hopefully, let's see. All right, looks like we have finally reconnected. Maybe. Okay. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. I don't know why that disconnect happened, but looks like we've got everything fixed for now. But yes, Zannah, as you were able to bite into this creature, splitting it in half and dissolving it, it has kind of popped into the water in different pieces and looks to have nothing left of it to fight. And as you look around, it appears that that was the only entity that you had to worry of, at least here.
Nice. Was talking.
No.
That's been the trend.
Yes, you guys were able to defeat this ooze, and there don't seem to be any other entities within this area.
Alright, if somebody wants a D4, let's investigate and try and find treasure in this room.
Because there's treasure.
Probably. It's a dungeon crawl. We kill the monsters in a room, we search it for treasure, we move to the next room.
I can help investigate.
Yep, I'll help you.
Ooh, so advantage investigate. Q plus 1d4. 16.
Looking around, Valkyrie, you see the statue, the water that is kind of flooded in. It appears to be coming from these cracks in the ceiling, and slowly dripping down this just tepid water. But outside of that, you don't see anything of value. Ari still has this kind of hollow stone head that is pretty heavy, actually, but luckily Ari is a pretty strong guy. But other than that, there really doesn't seem to be anything in here.
It seems there was something. It might have already been taken.
Can we further investigate the head now that we're not in combat? Preferably someone who's actually good at doing that.
I am willing to do the thing.
I'll say as part of that investigation check, you kind of take a look at the head. It appears to be a hollow head, and the way that it screws on, as well as with the candle wax that Ari found, you're able to kind of put together that this seemed to have been used at one point to kind of illuminate the eyes and mouth and make it look almost jack-o'-lantern-esque.
Ooh.
But other than that, it appears to be solid stone.
Well, I guess I'll screw it back on, because I don't really want to carry that shit.
Don't
Max.
Is there a reason there's a plus sign on Brother Elias's health bar?
Probably because he hasn't changed his max HP and only changed his current.
Ah, shame on you.
No, it says that I'm at 33 of 37 max
Interesting.
on my sheet. I don't know.
Oh, here's why.
Thank you.
Fixed.
Sorry.
No, you're all good. That was on my end. For some reason.
Does anything happen when the head is screwed back on?
Well, you screw it back on just fine. It kind of as you get it into place, but other than that, nothing opens up. No attacks or traps.
All right. I'm sorry. I have to completely illuminate the dungeon.
I did
My,
that too.
my OCD will not permit me to not have a fully filled in map.
I don't blame you.
You've done a horrible thing to me. Okay. Well, thanks for having a look. Sorry we didn't find anything more useful, but it's a neat fish person god statue. I swear I've seen this before, a drawing like it. Oh well, I guess we can go back to the main hallway and see what else there is down here.
All right, and
Yeah.
as you all begin to follow Valkyrie back up the tunnel, and into this main chamber once again with the demonic carvings, Elias, you get a chance to look at the back of your, the back and side of kind of your leg armor, and you can see that the plate armor does kind of have this dissolved area. And unfortunately, that -1 to the AC is permanent until you can get it repaired,
Oh.
at least.
I might have a way to take care of that, actually. Is it larger than 1 foot in any dimension?
I don't think so. No, I would say it's not.
Do you guys care if I take 1 minute and try and repair it?
1 minute,
Live your
it's
dream,
fine.
sir.
So yeah, I'm gonna sit down with my tools and my magic, and I'm gonna see it can do magic items. Let's see if we can get that repaired.
Your armor isn't magic, right?
No, it's just
Yeah.
regular armor.
That's what I thought. Yeah. So yeah, you
But
take.
it could work on magic stuff even.
No, it says the spell can't restore magic.
This spell can physically repair a magic item?
Oh, sorry, I was misreading that. I'm with you. Yes, but you kind of take a moment and begin to kind of weave together the metal of this once again, and kind of pulling different strands of the metal piece by piece over the holes that have kind of corroded away. And it does take about a minute of focus time, but that's nothing compared to what it would take a blacksmith to fix. And you were able to kind of weld this metal back with the magic, and you return back to your full AC.
Well, that's nice.
I take all the goofy cleric spells, guys.
And then
Where
Elias,
are we? Where's everybody?
they headed back up the tunnel. I assume you and Zannah are following after them.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Sorry,
go ahead
I'm
and
switching
move
a
Zannah.
little.
You are all
Please.
good. But yes, you guys still see the chamber that you would kind of come down. That seems to lead to a recessed area with a few stone pillars. And now that you've gotten close to this staircase, you can actually see what appears to be a large skeletal snake that's kind of curled up at the north end of this chamber.
Can we investigate for a trap? Because that snake is sketchy.
Sure, but remember that investigation is localized. So if you're looking for a trap, it'll be just around the stairs right now, unless you want to move in closer.
That's fine. I will walk up a little, or walk down, I guess, a little bit. Like, what are these doodads?
Those are
You said they're statues, but
the pillars. They're stone pillars. And Valkyrie, as you kind of enter down the stairs, you can see written on this southeastern wall the words "Certain death this way," that are carved into common and point down to an exit on the south side. You can also see exits on the west and northern side as well.
And this one's blocked by the snake, and this one is open.
It appears to be, yes.
Appears to be.
I'm intrigued by the certain death. That's probably code for there's treasure.
That seems like the way we want to go, TBH.
If we heeded every warning sign, this would be a very, very dumb game. Like, we would end up being like sheep herders and not adventurers. So I'd say, to hell with the sign, let's go the fun way.
I would rather start going across first.
Okay.
So then we can get one side discovered, and then we can go die. More progress that way. More map revealed.
I see. Okay, yeah, if you want to go that way first, let's go that way first then.
She will cautiously kind of step down and around through the pillars.
Alright.
Trying to be sure not to step on something weird.
Alright, you do your best to kind of work your way through the pillars, and you see down to the south this long hallway that seems to extend and goes down another staircase. And you work your way through, and you still see that coiled skeletal snake on the opposite side of you, and you kind of watch it carefully, but it doesn't seem to move. And
Okay.
making your way
I'm just gonna keep looking at it.
Yeah, making your way towards the other side, you do see another staircase that leads up this time into another long hallway.
And confirmed she can't see a weird trap thing that might affect the snake.
Currently, you
At
haven't.
least in the center.
Currently, you haven't seen it. You can make
Okay.
me another investigation check if you'd like.
Sure. Cover the bases. She can at least say she tried.
Yeah. So while
This is
Ari,
me trying.
while Ari begins to kind of work his way through, ensuring to try and not trigger anything that might be there, you begin to kind of look nearby around you, Valkyrie, and you certainly don't see any traps. You do notice, however, that there does appear to be a loose stone at the base of one of these pillars, the southernmost one.
Ooh. She's just gonna tell Ari and point at it and say, "You wanna go look at that stone over there?
Yeah.
It's kinda lifted up."
Yeah, and it's on.
Look at this.
Yeah, sorry. One of those down there.
Oh my goodness, it crashed again.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening. It's just all going crazy.
I'm gonna blame Sam. It seems like Sam's fault today.
Aww. Poor Sam.
I picked that in a pseudo-random way.
Pseudo random.
Ari, as Valkyrie kind of points out, you do see this loose stone at the bottom of one of the pillars. Or at this particular pillar, rather.
A loose stone.
Yes.
One moment. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna grab it.
Alright, you
I mean,
kind
she
of...
kinda told you to grab it.
You
so-
grab it and kind of brace yourself as you pull it away, and nothing seems to happen. You kind of open your eyes and look down, and it seems to be an empty compartment.
What's those empty compartments? Must have been
Brother
the big...
Elias, you think something used to be in here?
Hold on, please, and I will, take a look when my screen illuminates it. I've lost all of my... Oh, it's back. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, good.
I'm telling you, the dude that Valkyrie was sent to find by the lady is totally this dude that stole some shit. So we're gonna steal that shit and bring him back to his sister so he can get in trouble and we get all the goods. It's gonna be great.
I mean, whatever was down there must have been certain death, apparently.
Not entirely. This was the thing that had the thing. He probably went down there. Let's be real. So
Yeah.
we'll get there.
And Elias, as you kind of think back, you know that you guys are by no means the first adventurers to travel down here, and this is only the first few chambers of Undermountain. It's not unreasonable to think that somebody got here before you and took whatever was inside here.
Yeah, give it an explore, but it's probably empty.
Do be like that sometimes.
It's still worth a look, just in case. But yeah, I doubt we're gonna find much cooldown in this early part.
Yeah, if you want to take another investigation check, Elias, you can. And Valkyrie, as you begin to move into this chamber up ahead, there is just this long hall with niches that are about 3 feet deep that line across the back wall. Inside each one is a large oval glass mirror in a heavy stone frame. And Zella, as you come into the chamber, you kind of move up next to this large skeletal snake that is curled in front of one of the doorways. Are you doing anything with it, or are you just getting up to look at it?
No, I was just trying to make my way closer to the other hallway that Valkyrie went down.
So yeah, you kind of catch yourself not paying too much attention and walk right by this skeletal snake, and it doesn't seem to move, and so you just continue on across.
Oh, good. Had me worried there.
Right? Is how he said it. And you're
What?
just, ugh.
But yes, Valkyrie, you find yourself in this hall of mirrors. And you can actually see down about halfway through the blackened end of a burnt out torch that lies in the middle of the floor of this corridor.
I guess, just for funsies, she's gonna take another step up and try just kind of peeking into this mirror, and weird happens.
You peek into
Or it
the...
shows something weird.
Yeah, you peek into the little niche, and again, it's a very large mirror, roughly about 5 feet tall, and not quite as wide. But you kind of look into this mirror, and you see a pretty clear, clean reflection of yourself looking back at you.
Nice. Then I guess the only other thing would be inspect, perhaps, because there seems to be a couple weird things in each little area, so...
Okay, you can make me an investigation check if you want.
Why not? I say hopefully. Cool.
Alright, so Valkyrie, you begin to kind of look through at these first few mirrors, kind of inspecting them, looking at them, kind of lifting them up, seeing if they hold anything, hide anything. In the meantime, Elias, you took a look into the chamber, and it was indeed empty. You didn't see anything really of note. Are the other four of you doing anything while Valkyrie kind of inspects this? Or are you still waiting in this main chamber?
I would like
go
to
take a gander.
Sorry, what was that, Elias?
I would like to take a real close look at this serpent. Is that something that an archaeologist tool and a careful consideration might be helpful with?
Yeah, I would say definitely for this one.
Then, yeah, I would like to guide myself and sit down with my tools and observe this cool carved stone serpent.
Alright, you can go ahead and roll that for me. In the meantime, while you're doing that, Valkyrie, you kind of look through these first couple mirrors and nothing really stood out. But when you get to the third mirror on the north wall, you kind of press your hand along the edge of it, and your hand passes right through, and you can feel stone on the other side. And you kind of pull it back suddenly, surprised, but it appears as you kind of test it that the glass itself is illusory.
Okay. Then I guess she'll try to go back and feel through it again. I guess how far back is the wall behind it? Not too far, I assume.
So as you put your hand back there, it's not the wall that you're feeling. It actually seems to be some sort of shelf behind it.
Then she's gonna feel around the shelf, I guess.
Okay, you begin to go ahead and feel around and look around, and this shelf appears to be about 2 feet wide, maybe about half a foot tall, and about a foot deep. And as you kind of inspect it, it seems that this also doesn't have anything inside of it.
Yeah, figures.
And that one is right here.
That one? Okay. Well, she'll just keep kind of peeking through and touching and etc.
Alright. In the meantime,
I'll
Ari,
check all the mirrors now.
Zella, Zannah, is there anything that you three are doing? You see Elias kind of sitting next to the skeletal snake, and Valkyrie continuing to move down the corridor.
Which way did Valkyrie go?
To the west.
To the light.
I'll go. Make sure she doesn't die.
Aw, thanks.
Here for you.
You know she prone. It's fine.
Huh?
She prone to almost death.
Fragile,
Getting hurt.
You know, she is a delicate wildflower.
And Ari, you were very surprised as you watch Valkyrie just kind of go up and put her hands on each one of these mirrors as she passes through. And about the 4th or 5th one that she touches, you watch as her hand goes straight through, and she begins to kind of feel around behind it. And Valkyrie, once again, you look behind here and find a very similar shelf, but this one also doesn't seem to have anything on it.
So very similar shelf with very similar nothing.
That's
Got
true.
it. Cool. Gotta keep touching mirrors and shelves.
If y'all are curious, I'm drinking margaritas right now to try to really channel my inner young sailor.
I also made a drink, and it is just because I wanted a drink. Because I'm tired and rough.
I think if I drink enough, I will also reach the 8 wisdom for perfect role-playing.
I'm really
Stay
channeling
tuned.
that direwolf, so I'm drinking water.
There you go.
Too much health. My dogs love nature documentaries that have wolves in them. They get really excited whenever they show up on screen. It's really cute.
Alright. Valkyrie, as you continue to investigate these mirrors, you find a 3rd one that seems to be illusory, and as you place your hand onto this one, investigating once again, you feel a hard, pointy object hit your hand as you kind of pull it back in fright and look at it, but it doesn't appear that you were bit or cut. You kind of reach it back in and feel around, and there does seem to be something inside this one.
Can she pull it out?
Yeah, you pull it out and look at it, and lying in your hands you hold a bronze mask that seems to resemble a bearded man.
Nice. I got presents. And she's just gonna hold it and keep looking.
Alright.
Although,
Yeah. Elias, you're looking at this skeletal snake, and it takes you a little while to properly investigate, going through the right procedures that you know to do. But as you look at this creature, you can tell that it is some sort of giant constrictor snake that has long since died. And you're being very gentle and observing, because you can tell that this is extremely delicate, and any sort of large disturbance could easily cause it to collapse into dust.
Interesting. But it looks like it was once a creature. It wasn't like carved. It wasn't manufactured. It's just a long dead snake.
Indeed.
Okay. Does it look like there used to be doors or something that would have sealed it in here?
As you look around, it doesn't appear to be, which makes it indeed kind of strange how this was kind of positioned here. It doesn't really make sense. What you can tell is that because of the disturbance that it would take to knock it free, it doesn't look like anyone has disturbed it. It doesn't look like anyone has made it past this in some time.
All right, I will relay what I've found.
And as you, Elias, you go to talk to Zella, you suddenly hear kind of a screech from Valkyrie from down the hall. As Valkyrie, you continue to investigate these mirrors, when suddenly you see the reflection of yourself in one kind of move slightly, and then begin to step out of the mirror.
Nope.
And
Who wants to fight a tiefling?
as a version of yourself steps forward towards you, you watch as this entity of yourself, like a shadowy version, just reaches out a hand in your direction.
Mega Valkyrie?
And kind of tries to reach towards you, but you jump back just in time. And I'm going to have everyone roll initiative once more.
See, I knew there was a reason I was making sure Valkyrie didn't die.
Well, you know, again, she prone to touching things she shouldn't. And I got another. I got another 2.1 on initiative, guys. This is great. I'm so initiative.
You could in fact get one worse.
And I have.
Alrighty.
She just has no will to fight. She's like, I'm good. It's fine.
Alright, and Zella, you hear kind of this screech first, and you are the first to get a jump on it. What would you like to do? Currently, you can just hear where it's coming from down the corridor.
Oh, I can't see it?
I don't think so, unless your vision is that good.
I mean, like, I can see it on the screen.
Oh, I lied. I didn't know your vision should not be that far, should it? Hold the phone. Do you have 120 foot dark vision?
Well, I think I have 90, right?
Well, if it's 90, then that would be like just so.
All you nerds in your dark vision, just find a magic sword, lol.
Well, that's what you're here for. You're my magic sword.
It seems like you're getting way more vision than you should for some. Oh no, you're not. You can see because of Ari's light. That's what it is. All right, we're all good.
Like,
we're all good.
There's a bright light right next to it, so everyone should be able to see.
Yes.
120 is, I think, right for her, though.
I've got 90 written down on my info.
Okay, well, then I need to change that for you regardless, but...
I'm just scooting around here to... I'm just scooting around here to have full, full map, you know what I'm saying?
Full map powers.
Does, with this thing,
we're
rely on dark vision to see me, though?
You gather that since it's kind of a shadowy reflection, probably?
Because I think then I have advantage with the...
Yep.
With this.
Yes.
Sweet. Alright, then I'm gonna make my 3 attacks. crossbow expert gets one, and the dread ambusher gets one.
Man, getting
for
3
it.
attacks at level 4 sounds lit.
They've got advantage, Sammy.
Ah, and I forgot that.
Yep. So
Ah.
first one hits, second one hits, and third one hits.
Jesus Christ, and a +8?
And yep.
It's okay, we're playing a scaling character here. As soon as I hit level 7, it's over for them.
And
That's when we get the magic resistance aura, then life's good.
Valkyrie, you watch as just 3 bolts just fly down the hall past you, and just seem to tear into this reflection of yourself. And it's a little unnerving seeing yourself suddenly torn apart, as this creature seems to be resistant to that, but still took a lot of damage. Zella, would you like to use any movement?
I'll just get to the bottom of these steps. And then all these places that were mirrors, are those like alcoves, or is it a pretty straight wall?
Those are alcoves that are roughly 3 feet deep. So you could try and nestle behind one of them if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll just slightly tuck into one.
Okay.
Figure
And
out
if you
how to
hold
make
Alt,
it
you can
okay.
position your token
Yes.
more accurately if you want to get in there.
Perfect.
But yeah, with the last bit of kind of life holding it together, it does once again reach out towards you, Valkyrie. And I think that still just misses. As you watch as
I'm
this
gonna
creature
die.
tries to reach towards you, but it's just so weak that you just still kind of take another step back closer to Ari. And Ari, it is your turn once more.
I shall whack.
Alright, go ahead and move and whack. And that will hit. Alright, as you kind of swing through the sword, you can see that it still seems to be resistant, but it is enough to pull at the last tendrils. And you watch
Is it resistant to magic damage?
Oh, no, it is not magical.
is-
I forget
it
you
is-
have a magic sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just kind of cut through the last tendrils of the shadow and it disperses. But as you look up, you see your own reflection in the mirror.
No.
And another spectral version of yourself steps out.
Oh, I don't like that. No. I would like to. Oh, sadness.
Where'd you move them?
At least you have crummy AC compared to normal.
Well, there's nothing else I want to do on this. Well, actually, no. I wanna shove me, cause I used my action to attack, so I can bonus action shove. Oh, that's not looking good.
You can do it.
Just needs a nat 1 or 2. We got this. Come on, Austin. Channel Braille.
Yeah,
His memory.
as you just kind of push forward with your shield, you watch as it passes right through the bottom half of this creature. And it instead
don't like
kind of
that.
turns its shadowy blade towards you to strike out. And you just kind of pull back, kind of lifting up the shield and deflecting whatever is kind of half ethereal away from yourself. And that'll bring us to Elias. Elias, you can hear a commotion coming from down the hall.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yeah.
I am going to go get vision. I am going to go measure. I am going to keep moving. And I would like it to make a dex save.
Did you dash? Because you could only get about... I don't think you could get quite that far. I think that's
Yeah,
40
remember
feet.
the map's doubled.
Then I need to be 10 feet back. I'm sorry.
No worries. I know this is a different scale, so That's gonna
It
happen.
it zapped me to the wrong spot.
You're all good. Yeah, just remember to hold Alt whenever you're moving.
I don't think I have anything for 65-foot range. Let's see, is Ari within 60 feet? It appears as though he's just in.
He is.
59.5 feet. Let's go.
Then let's get +2 AC going on him.
Alright.
yes.
As Elias, you send out this channeled energy kind of latching on to Ari, giving him this magical armor that kind of drops on top of what he has already. Any other action that you would like to use? You could still dash forward if you would like.
I don't think so. I think I am good here. If it gets close enough, I'll launch a Sacred Flame.
Alright.
Or if something else does, obviously.
Okay, Zannah.
Sorry, I have a mouthful of pancake.
Dude, your mom makes the best ice cream. This stuff's so good.
Wait, can I have some of her mom's ice cream?
Yeah, where is this?
Hold up.
Hook up, please.
Moving to here, because that's pretty much all I can do. I can't reach anything.
Alright, you could dash if you wanted to get to the other side, but yeah, if you just want to do that, then you can, that is totally fine.
Can I hold a bite or not?
Yes,
in
you
this
can.
sense? Okay, then I will do that.
Alright, and that will bring us back to Valkyrie.
Well, I guess she technically has some distance. Nope, that's the moving one, not that one. Oh, it's not doing the thing. There we go. Okay, so it's... Does that technically count as ranged, or is that
Yes, it
technically...
is
okay.
ranged on this.
I'm just
You would
making
be
sure
about,
it was like...
yes, you're about 10 feet on a traditional grid.
Okay, cool. Cool. Well,
Because it is kind of tucked back here.
it's kind of weird.
Yeah, here.
No, that's real spell. Don't touch real spells yet. I think I want to Eldritch Blast if it hits. And if it doesn't hit, I didn't want it anyway.
Give me that attack roll.
I think
That'll
I
hit.
want it for 6.
6 force as you watch as this
Phew.
reddish bolt just tears through the center of this spectral Ari, and it kind of turns around and before looking angrily at you. Anything else, Valkyrie?
It will shrink behind Ari.
Wise.
All right, and that'll bring us back to Zella.
Am I able to take a shot from this distance, or should I go run back up the stairs for a better angle?
So the stairs are actually down, so this is going to be your best angle, but it does have about 3/4
Okay.
cover now,
Yeah.
since this one is still in the alcove and not out in the corridor like the last one.
Okay. Well, I will move up a little bit. Let's see. Try and get just a little closer. And do 2 shots.
All right, and these are still at advantage.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh,
How did that end up hurting you?
you're gonna shoot us in the
That's,
butt, aren't you?
That is honestly beautiful.
You did actually click that.
That's terrible, and I feel so bad. But you know,
Right.
sometimes they have a story. Go ahead and roll me damage on the first one for sure.
Okay.
Beautiful to have the 25 and 26 together on one batch. And
Yeah.
full ones together. As is tradition.
Yeah, so Zella, you see this tight little window between Ari and this shadow, and you just launch out 2 bolts, and it looks as if they're going to both get in right in between the wall and Ari, but you didn't account for Valkyrie kind of stepping beside and kind of knocking Ari just a hair over, and it kind of tears in across the side of his shoulder, and so one will hit the shadowy version of himself, and one just scrapes Ari, and Ari, you're going to take 4 points of piercing damage. And this creature is still up after being hit.
Can I gently modify the canon events here?
Sure.
I would like the arrow to be in my butt, a la Shrek.
Sure.
Sorry.
I feel like there's more narrative tension there.
So,
Sure, I will allow that. And Ari, it is indeed your turn.
Ow!
Sorry.
When in doubt.
Pull it out.
God damn it.
You swing out towards this creature, and it's already kind of moved around in the half second that you look back towards Zella. And as you kind of swing, it's no longer where you thought you were, and by the time you've corrected, it's able to move out of the way.
Okay, nope, I don't have any useful bonus actions for this one.
Alright. And it swings out with its own spectral sword, but luckily the magical armor from Elias channeled behind you was able to deflect it and keep it at bay. And Elias, it is your turn once more. And Joe, you are muted if you're trying to talk, but I think I understand what you're doing. And go ahead and give me that attack roll. It does have cover from here. I'd say it'd be about half cover.
I'm not actually in range of that. I'm sorry.
If it's 30 feet, you should be, because you were 60 feet. Oh no, it'd be 35. You're right.
Yep. So I would like a dex save from it instead.
All right, dexterity save.
DC 14.
All right, and what's the effect?
Just damage. Just Sacred Lame.
All right. As you kind of launch out this radiant flame towards this entity, it does seem to kind of lift up as it collides with the mirror behind it. It seems to avoid the impact.
Lame.
Indeed.
All right. Yep, that's my turn.
And that brings us to Zannah.
Okay, well, anything I do is going to give it the attack of opportunity. Why are there 2 wolves? Oh,
I
okay.
accidentally clicked the button.
Okay. I was afraid I was like a mirror thing already, so...
oh dear.
Can I move through teammates?
Yes, you just can't stay there.
Okay. Well, I guess we're gonna go... Oop, not there. Right there? Oh. Okay, I can't get it where I need to go.
Yeah, if you hold Alt, you should be able to position, but I think you want to be right there. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's where I was going.
Alright, and then let me turn your wolf around.
And I know that gives the thing an attack of opportunity, but I'm gonna try to bite it.
It's not Pathfinder. You only get attack of opportunities when you leave.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're all good. But yeah, you can go ahead and make a bite. But you do notice as the mirror behind you surges to life and outsteps a shadowy wolf behind you.
No! Okay, away from the
Hey,
guys.
Slightly meta. The mirror sends specters of you if you look in the mirror.
Yeah, no lucky. No
But
lucky.
you can go ahead and roll me that attack, Zannah. And that will indeed hit. And does the direwolf have multi-attack, or is it just one?
I think it's just one.
All right.
Yeah. Just bite.
As you bite into it, you watch as the shadow is nearly dispersed, but still hangs on as it seems to be resistant to the bite.
Ooh, is it considered a creature?
Yes.
Okay, then it must succeed a DC 13 strength saving throw or be knocked prone.
Alright, as you try and bite into it and kind of push it down to the ground, it does just kind of float out of your grip. It does appear to be immune to prone.
Dang. Okay, I tried.
Alright, and let me grab this one. And as the spectre wolf behind you pops out, it is going to try and reach out to bite the wolf. And the wolf will take 7 necrotic damage. And I need it to make a... Oh no, there is no save for this. Fun. The wolf's strength score is reduced by 3.
No.
So you watch as it bites into the wolf and just seems to sap energy and life force away from it.
So is that 3 as in the big number or 3 as in the small number?
3 is in the big number.
Okay, cool. That's fine. We good.
Yeah, so you'll take a -1 to all attacks and, well, potentially -1, maybe -2 to attacks and damage. Does no. Valkyrie.
Okay. So Valkyrie's kind of smart. I think she knows what's going on here, considering she triggered the first mirror problem. So she's going to say, everyone, you might want to step away from these mirrors. And she's going to step back slightly and kind of start getting away from the mirrors. And she will do something clever. Maybe... No, I don't think she will. Not yet. What a bummer.
Alright, so just stepping back for now?
No, she'll attack too.
Okay.
But she, basically no cool spell, just like, pew.
Just the average pew spell, I see.
The average pew. And so she'll try to get rid of our first nega before she goes after the second nega.
Alright, give me that attack roll. It does have partial cover. We'll say half cover from where you're at since it's still in that cubby. The other one does not have any cover because it's a big wolf.
Yeah, but then we still have 2 problems. but then higher DC, and I'm garbage anyway.
I'm just letting you know.
No, it's a good educational. Oh, man, I need to go to bed. I don't know. Fine. Wolf and hope for higher number. Nigga wolf, final answer.
Alright.
Pew.
Well, that didn't hit either of them, so it didn't matter.
I cried.
As you just kind of you can't quite decide. Looking back and forth, you're finally like that one, and by the time you fire out, it goes just a little bit wide into the stone.
Okay, just make sure everyone understands. She verbally said, "Away from the mirrors."
All right, and that will bring us to Zella once again.
Well, normally, Zella would keep fighting the first shadowy thing of Valkyrie, but she's pretty embarrassed about hitting Ari and really can't risk doing that a second time. Just couldn't take it. She's gonna move and try and hit the wolf this time. Re-side in, and then we'll go back to the other one next time.
All right, go and give me that attack at advantage. That will hit.
It didn't do me the second one. Okay.
There's the second one. Whew.
There.
And that avoided another nat one.
Sorry.
If
I-
there's another arrow in
just
my
the
butt
two,
by the
I
end
just
of
thought
this
it didn't go
combat,
through.
I'm taking your crossbows.
Yeah, you're good. I figured as much. And yes, as you fire out the 2 bolts, again, this spectral wolf does seem to be resistant, but it still takes a hefty amount of damage, as it's already starting to look weak. Anything else?
I will move back behind Brother Elias and then end my turn.
All right. Ari, you're still facing off with the remnants of the shadowy Valkyrie. It looks weak, but not quite dispersed.
Wait, Valkyrie. We beat Valkyrie, didn't we? Or is she still there?
No, sorry. Shadowy
I
Ari.
thought we had. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Thick man.
I'll,
Shadow thick man.
does that whack Ari?
That does
Better.
indeed hit.
That's way better than my AC.
And with that, you watch as you tear apart the shadows that remain, and it does disperse.
Hell yeah, it does.
How does it feel beating yourself up?
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Anything else,
Yep.
Ari?
Shit. I guess I'll bonus action try to shove the spectral wolf. Why not? Wow, it's not,
No,
not today.
not at all.
Yeah, and once
Not
again,
today.
your shield almost seems to kind of pass through them as you try and shove, just not doing anything at all. And that will bring us to Elias. And Joe, you're muted if you're trying to talk.
Yeah, I'm not muted anymore, my bad.
You're good.
Where is the spectral version of the wolf? I'm sorry, there's a lot of tokens.
It is over here, right next to the real one.
Alright, let me... 35 feet away from me?
Yes.
Let's make a dex save, I guess.
Alrighty.
Actually, would it have cover if I were to step up 5 feet? Nope, screw it. I've already made a decision, we're doing it.
Okay. Once again, as you launch out this fiery blast towards this creature, it just kind of hops up and over, kind of bounding off the wall as it collides and scorches the ground underneath it. No effect, unfortunately.
Tragic. Okay. I'll keep concentrating on my +2 AC and we'll be chilling.
Alright. And that brings us back to Zannah.
I guess I'm gonna try to bite the wolf. The
Alright.
bad wolf, the not me wolf.
Yeah, give me that attack roll.
And you said minus what to attack roll?
What is the wolf's strength originally?
17.
17, so it'll be -2 to whatever it has. So I think that would be a +3, so it'd be a +1 now. And the damage should be +3, now it'll just be +1.
It has +5 to hit.
Yep, that includes his proficiency, so instead of a +5, it'll be a +3. I just had the wrong one. I
Okay.
forgot about proficiency.
Oh, doesn't hit.
Yeah, as you try and bite into this creature, now weakened, this wolf is now far faster and stronger than you, and it just begins to wrap around you, and it once again tries to bite into the bigger wolf, and you will take another 8 necrotic damage, and have another 2 strength siphoned away.
Okay.
And that'll bring us back to Valkyrie.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, this Wolfie is being a big pain in a lot of our butt. So now we're gonna see if the Wolfie is intelligent, because I don't know better. So we're gonna try with this. How about now? Does it work?
Yeah, as you kind of shoot out this spike of energy, you see it pierces into the wolf's mind, and you see it start to shake its head back and forth. Go ahead and roll me damage. 1d6.
Actually, hold on. I was about to be dumb trying to type it when I'm pretty sure I don't have to type it. Pretty sure I just do this.
Hey, look at that.
And then I do the 1d4 for the subtraction from saves.
Yep, and you can go ahead and roll that for me now if you want.
Next save will be -1!
Hey, it's something.
It is something.
All
I'll
right.
take it.
Take this.
Zella.
Wolfie now has a headache. And I step back a little bit more. If it'll let me. There we go.
Zella, it is your turn once again. And you
I
have
will.
Elias and Valkyrie up in front of you. You kind of sidestep them, and you get a pretty clear view right past Ari to the wolf.
Works for me. Woohoo.
As you launch out the first crossbow bolt, you see as it just barely goes over Ari's shoulder, and you're like, I don't know, and you fire the second one, and it just hits into the stone as you overthought it slightly. But go ahead and roll me damage on the first. Yeah, and luckily that bolt was enough, and you see as it pierces through the shadowy wolf, it disperses and dissolves into nothing.
Okay, is that all the bad guys?
Yes, and as you kind of take a moment to breathe, you do not see any others for the moment.
Do not look in the mirrors.
Ari, that brings us back to you.
We don't see anything, right?
That's correct.
All right.
At the moment, he said.
I'm gonna
Oh.
hold my whack in case we see something.
I have all these random DCs. Okay, looks like we
Oh.
are reconnected and good to go. So yes, Ari, as you kind of hold your attack, currently don't see anything else. Elias.
I'll hold an action to whack too as well.
All right. Zannah.
Hold a snippy snap action.
Valkyrie.
I don't know. Mind sliver hold, please.
All right, and Zella.
Zella's feeling a little guilty about hitting Ari. Can you one go up and retrieve her arrow because she likes having those, but 2 will give a cure wounds to him.
Yes, as you kind of step forward and move over towards Ari, you kind of reach up and just kind of chink, pull out the arrow, and then carefully just kind of give him a quick slap on the butt and do a cure wounds onto the spot, healing it over. Go ahead and roll. What's up with my internet? It's been randomly DCing the past couple of days, and oh, there I went again. Dang it! Oh.
I can
Okay,
hear you.
music.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought I DC'd again. I don't know what's going on. There's just like waves where it just like disconnects and reconnects like 3 or 4 times, and it's really annoying. Okay. Yes. As Zella kind of came up and healed Ari for the mistaken bolt through his backside. You all...
Do 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 do.
Okay, I am going to cautiously say that I am back.
We can hear you.
You are cautiously back.
Goodness, I am so sorry, guys. I don't know why
That's okay.
it's so bad.
Ain't no problem. It ain't no problem.
My internet just does not like me this week, apparently. Okay. But yes, you guys have finished taking out the spectral versions of yourselves. And is there anything else that you would like to do while you're in this corridor?
I really wanted to see what was on the other side.
I mean, you can
But
go to the
maybe-
other side.
Just don't look at the mirrors. Actually, knowing this, Mario would like to, cover her eyes and walk all the way forward until she hits the wall.
I'm sorry, who's doing this?
Fuck! Valkyrie.
It's not so easy, is it?
Well,
Shut up. At least mine's also my character. Be quiet. It's just my character on a Friday realm.
Yeah. Valkyrie, you cover your eyes and walk forward and kind of bump off the wolf before finally bumping into the wall, and find yourself on the other side.
Whew.
In
Okay.
some sort of passage on the other side, you can see it goes north and south.
And now she can be her completionist self and walk upwards. Just take a peek. Oh.
You see another long hall that seems to extend down out of you.
Hey guys, come this way and don't look at the mirrors. Okay, thanks.
Okay. Let's do it.
All right, you can go ahead and move your tokens. But yeah, Zella and Zannah, as you begin to follow after, making sure to block your vision from the mirrors. No other specters seem to appear. And you find yourself in a T intersection that leads north and south. And Valkyrie's up at the north side calling you further. And it seems that it kind of curves around in that direction.
Nope. Not trying to go too far without other people to guard me. Oh, suspicious item.
Yeah, and
Yep.
Valkyrie, as you begin to step down the passage, you see as it opens up into another chamber. And sitting there, you can see what looked to be a small area of rocks, kind of piled or grouped together.
And we walk a little closer.
Alright, getting closer, you can see that it does appear that this chamber does end, and this small group of rocks appears to be some sort of fire pit, perhaps? Kind of burnt out from where past people may have stopped to rest. You see a few burned torch stubs and some discarded potion bottles. Otherwise, the room seems to be empty.
I'll wait a second in case people want to look around further.
I just have to have the complete map.
Okay. Whoever is taking the guidance can make an investigation or perception check with a d4.
I can do it.
Perceive. I think Brother Elias should perceive.
Well, I think he wants to. I mean, that's true. He could perceive if he want.
He can cast guidance on himself, and I can help him because I am proficient in perception.
See what he wants to do. If he wants to see big picture or little picture.
Big picture. Galaxy brain.
Galaxy.
You have advantage. Okay, well, we tried.
So 16.
Yeah.
We gave it our best shot.
Elias, as you kind of look around this small chamber, it doesn't appear like there's any side doors or passages off of this one that you can see. You also notice the kind of makeshift fire pit and the discarded torches and some empty glass vials that are kind of cracked. It looks as if this is somewhere that adventurers have stopped from time to time to rest and recover, but the room seems mostly empty.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Do you think this is code for we ought to take a short rest too? Does anyone need one?
Feel sprightly.
I've used nothing. I'm good.
Then let's keep going.
Turn around. Whoop.
Rotate.
Excited tiefling running through. Beep
No,
beep.
walk.
I have to walk to
Traps.
work. Now she's running.
Traps a hoe.
Okay, we're gonna just creep down the wall. Ooh, got a new hallway coming up.
Yeah, and Valkyrie, as you kind of
Neat.
step forward and see a hallway kind of parse off in two directions.
Uh-oh.
As you step forward, you see as a few hairy individuals, these humanoids, kind of step forward.
Whoops.
Stop there. You all.
You.
Harry.
Who?
And as these kind of creatures step out with long beards and hair kind of covering their flesh, carrying these large, simple but deadly looking weapons, that's actually where we're going to end for this session
Oh.
and pick up next week.
An early stop.
A little bit. But we're about to get into a few things, and so we will cover
A
that next week.
few.
All right, so thank you all for tuning in to this week, and we will catch you next week with another episode of Undermountain, streaming here on Javelin Entertainment next Thursday at 6 p.m., where we get further into the first level of Undermountain. We'll see you then.
Have a good day. Thank you so much.